Hey everybody, this is Scott with Mid-Atlantic Severe Weather Authority here with just a little bit of an outlook as what's to come here over the next couple of weeks here into the month of December. I'm going to do another winter weather outlook here. I'm going to put it out here within the next several days. I've been talking it over with my team. My staff has urged me to put out another one this year. I did one last year, and we were roughly between 95 to 98% accurate. So about a 3 point spread there on the accuracy. So that's why they're really kind of pushing me to put another one. I know a lot of our viewers they really enjoyed having that outlook, so they can kind of get an idea as to what to expect, and to kind of hold our feet to the fire to see and test our accuracy. So with that being said, I will be getting another one of those out. Just bear with me. Like I say, there's still some model incongruencies going on right now that I need to kind of weed through to get a better idea of what to pretty much put together as far as what I feel and we feel is going to happen with the winter weather for this season. What I want to get to is kind of what's going on right now, and what I want to point out is this is kind of where I'm battling, where I'm really trying to battle this idea of what's going on. And this is going to kind of give you that idea of what we're looking at transpiring. And I'm going to use the 6 hour mark here to kind of give you that idea, because this is what the models, both on the GFS and the Euro, they're really leaning towards this as the norm for December here. And this could set the stage for pretty much everything else throughout the remaining portions of the winter here. So what we're looking at is we're looking at this big blocking high forming right up here. And I apologize, I do not have my stylus. I have to do everything with the keypad. And then also we're going to get a blocking high sitting out here, kind of a little bit closer to the Gulf of Alaska. So, but it will be out here over the Eastern Pacific, and we're going to have that large blocking high sitting right out here. So what that's going to do for this winter, and like I say, a lot of the models are leaning towards this, especially on the GFS and also on the Euro model side. The Canadian model is a complete 180-degree opposite. So that's why I say I'm not 100% ready to release yet, because we're switching out of the El Nino phase and we're going into a La Nina, but it's a weak La Nina. It's not a very strong La Nina, so like I say, it's a little touch and go right now as to what's really going to happen. Like I said, I'm not really looking to put out a whole this is what's going to go on just yet. Like I say, so bear with me on that. I will try to get one out here within the next, like I say, several days here, and then that way we can really start to pinpoint and put like I say, put the rubber to the road as to what's really going to go on this winter season. So basically what we have here is this green line that I just drew in as I was speaking. That's where the jet stream is looking like it is going to pretty much sit for the rest of the season. It's really not going to move a whole lot. If everything pans out for, like I say, especially for December, if December sets up the way everything is kind of showing it's going to set up, and like I say, half my gut's leaning towards it, half my gut's not. Last year, like I said, I went with my gut intuition on pretty much everything, and I was pretty much spot on, dead on with pretty much almost the whole winter. Like I say, with an absolutely phenomenal percentage accuracy rating. So, like I say, the way everything's setting up here is what you see on the map. If it does stay like this, we're looking at a cold winter. Why? Well, that's because you got the blocking high here, so that's pushing the jet stream up, and it's going to make the jet stream pull the cold air down from Canada, from Alaska down through Canada, and it's going to push the cold air into the upper Midwest here, and then it's also going to push it into the Ohio Valley. I almost said Lehigh Valley, into the Ohio Valley here around the Great Lakes. And what that means is, as you can kind of see here, this is some of the low pressures that are starting to really follow suit. You're going to really see low pressure after low pressure coming through here, and they're really going to be following a lot of the same pattern. Uh, but what that's going to do, like I say, it's going to keep all this cold air and allow this cold air to really funnel in and generate much colder temperatures than what we've been seeing, especially for the month of December. So this is the way things could set up. Like I say, GFS and Euro are both on it. GFS was very accurate last season. The Canadian models, like I say, are showing right now currently a 180-degree difference. Will they swing back? I don't know. That's what we're going to kind of keep an eye on to see if they start swinging back and getting in line with the GFS and the Euro. With all that stated, just want to give you that heads up. That is what we are currently looking at as a possibility. So it's a possibility that we may see a colder than average December, which may allow some of the eastern coast here in the mid-Atlantic region to finally get some snow on the ground before Christmas. So that would be a very welcome change if you want to see snow during Christmas, like I know I do. I miss growing up as a child having 1 to 2 feet of snow on the ground pretty much the whole winter long. I really miss those days. So to see snow, whether it snows on Christmas or not, that doesn't matter. As long as we have snow on the ground for Christmas, to me, that's what really makes Christmas Christmas. So it's a possibility. It's up in the air yet. Like I said, I haven't put my finger on it and said yes, this is exactly what I'm leaning towards yet. So like I said, give me a little bit of time to finish working through. What we're looking at here also, and I haven't released it on the site yet, but I wanted to include it in this podcast, is next Thursday. We're looking at a frontal system coming through the Great Lake region. It is going to be a very strong system. It's going to have a lot of energy on board. So this is a system that could really bring some decent rains and immediately switch over into snow later on. So like I say, what we're kind of looking at here is it's going to eventually, it's going to have the main low, then we're going to form a secondary low, and then a tertiary low is going to also form. But really, the main low pressure here is going to feed into this secondary low, and then eventually the main low will fade away. The secondary low will take over, and then what is to be the tertiary low will become a weaker secondary low. But anyway, how it's going to play out is basically right down this line here is where your frontal boundary is going to form. And like I say, in front of it, you're going to have very mild temperatures. What we've been seeing a lot of lately, you're going to have the rain, but then immediately behind it, like you can see here, you can see these color temperature differentials. Apologize. My brain's getting ahead of my mouth here. You're going to see these temperature differential lines where it's going to switch over rapidly from rain to a heavy wet snow, and then to a lighter, drier snow as the temperatures push through. So as we start getting into Thursday evening, into Thursday night, early Friday morning, that's when we're going to really start to see the changeover on the eastern half here of Pennsylvania. This is pretty much going to be a PA-based system because the positioning of the low pressure area. You're really not going to see much below the PA border. Maybe possibly into the mountain regions here of West Virginia, extreme western, northwestern areas here of Maryland. But like I say, for the most part, everything's pretty much going to stay up here in Pennsylvania. Over here, over east of State College, looking into the Lehigh Valley region, and northbound up into Scranton, you're really not going to see a whole lot. Maybe you might see a coating in most areas. It's been too warm lately. The ground's too warm to really get anything developing. Where I feel you're going to see the best option for some snowfall to really start to kind of add up in any form is going to be out here. So everything pretty much west and northwest of State College, up into the Erie region, especially as this pushes through more and this system kind of skirts its way on up northeast. You're going to start to get these winds coming back in off the lakes, and you're going to get the whoops. I don't know how that got in there. You're going to get the lake effect snow pushing in across Lake Erie here. So you're going to start to see some of the Erie-driven snow up here in the Erie PA region. But other than that, that's the main breakdown. That's the real weather that we're looking at here coming in to next week. So like I said, just want to kind of give you guys a head up of the system that is coming in here around Thursday, and also kind of give you a little teaser of what could possibly go on and what I might put out for our winter weather outlook. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to shoot us a line here on Facebook. You can also email us. If you have any direct questions, also we are going to start doing some advertising. If you own a company, or if you know someone who does own a company and you think that they might want to place some advertising on our website, or have any forecasts podcasts sponsored by them, please have them give me a contact. Don't hesitate to put my email out there. Just tell them it's scott@maswa.net. So it's scott@maswa.net. You'll be following us because we're going to continue to grow. We're going to improve on everything as we're growing, which is going to, in return, continue providing you, the viewer, the highest quality and most accurate forecasting available.